great about the blog is we're finding out about people who blog, and I'm going to speak to you as if you are. We're finding out about you, and it advances the conversation, and it's great because we, when we get to you on the phone for a pre-interview, for example, because we do lots of pre-interviews before we actually book someone on a show, we've seen your blog, and you've spoken in your own words, so we know how you write. You have shown us into your life, so we see you. And so, there was a time when we would book people without ever seeing them. Could be scary. But we're seeing you. We're seeing you with your families. We know what you care about because you're so passionate about it. So when we get on the phone, it's like an advanced conversation. We're just verifying what we saw. So I saw on your blog that you love cats, you hate chocolate, and you just climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Is that true? And so then we can move on to the nuts and bolts of why we're calling in the first place. But really, that glimpse into the lives of people and to have that at our fingertips is priceless. It really has been, and we really love that. With Twitter, obviously we use Twitter the way everyone does. We want to be up to the minute. We're following Drudge too. I am. I want to know when breaking news happens, when it happens. And I also, when we book celebrities, I can tell you we really follow a lot of celebrities on Twitter. Not because we believe everything, because we do obviously verify everything. But it's interesting because people are tweeting or they're going on their MySpace page or on their Facebook page and saying things that they aren't saying to traditional media. I think Lisa Marie Presley commented about, Michael Jackson's grave on her MySpace page or on one of her own. And she didn't have to give an interview to do that. She probably didn't want to. I mean, how great for her to have that as an outlet. And what we love is when we talk to celebrities, they appreciate, Ashton actually spoke about this, being able to speak in his own words. Being able to say exactly what happened, exactly how that photo he doesn't like, exactly what he does like, exactly what's going on in his life. And it makes for great content. Again, we need content when we're booking people. And so it's really, again, really enriching the experience for us and given us way more places to look. So I would say to that degree, it's been really, really positive.
So, as we tried to sort of paint the picture here, is we have these old traditional media sort of reach. We're in the 13 million homes a week. We're developing new shows. We're about to be a partner in a brand new cable network. So we have that. We have the reach. We have the platform. And as we stand here, we go, so what is next? And as our sands sort of shift, I mean, once Oprah does go off the air, the farewell season, as we call it, and let's take a chance to plug, you got to watch, because there's going to be only really 135 hours, original hours.
130.
130. There's 5 more. There's 130 original hours left, and that is going to be, that's huge, because we've never been faced with sort of the finality of there's always one less, and the guests are lining up, and Andrea will tell you that over coffee, the line that's outside the booking department's door that she also oversees. So, but as we go and we look, and that ginormous audience will then be shifted. And like I said, we produced Dr. Oz, and we're going to launch Nate Berkus. The time that we sit here right now with someone like Oprah dominating that sort of afternoon time slot will never be the same. I don't know that someone else will come in and take that mantle. I think it's going to be fragmented, and I think you probably all have seen that in what you do, that you're able to niche and speak to the audience that wants your content. And anymore being all things to everybody, the way media is now, you can't do it that way. So what I think is most important, and what we've kind of been hearing just sort of in the ether up here in the mountain, or maybe it's the altitude, I can't quite say, but it all comes down to having that authentic voice, knowing who your viewer is, and then making sure that your content is tailored to that. And it has to come from your authentic place. If you're acting like you're the supermom blogger, when actually you're pulling your hair out, your kids are a mess, and you haven't done laundry in 300 years, and you try to tell people you have it all together, it's fake. And your viewers, I would imagine your followers, will call you on that. And it just becomes a time, and we come from an authentic boss, so we just have to be honest on everything we do. We will call things a Twitterer, because that's what we do. It just comes down to, what I see is that honest relationship with your audience. So, as we launch new projects and things like that, we're looking forward to coming up with what is the right mix so that, you know, a Dr. Oz viewer needs something from that show. A Nate Berkus viewer will need something from that show. Even the cable shows that we do for OWN, you know, those viewers are looking for a different type of relationship to that content. And it's, like I said, I don't think it's any different than your own followers and your own viewers and your own audience. So we're trying to grasp with, we have great influence, we have Oprah, who is, you know, a person of interest and an influencer for gazillions, but we don't know necessarily from where we sit how that relationship works. What do bloggers want? What are people looking for in the social media world? And I would bet, if we polled the audience, a lot of you are not real-time television viewers. I don't see you all sitting down
Does
at 4 o'clock.
anybody watch the show at 4 o'clock when it's on? Right. Really?
There we go.
Where? I missed it.
Right there.
Wow. Okay.
Because the days of, it was so funny, we were talking to people and we were doing this presentation and someone wrote, you know, we want to get the attention of the mom putting the roast in the oven in the afternoon. And I looked at them, I go, who the heck is putting the roast in the oven?
Yeah.
I mean, I love my wife, but we have not put a roast in the oven in 19 years. We can hootie that. So it's just changed. We need to stop pretending like that it is, you know, your mom's television habits. But, you know, people will also throw around terms like, oh, you know, the stay-at-home moms. Well, I'm married to a stay-at-home mom who does not stay at home. She is out and about all day long. But we are an old media company. We put shows on at a time for people to watch. We are very successful in that, and Oprah has been infinitely successful in that because you guys are out on the forefront of a lot of this and down the road of where it's going. Rachel doesn't even have cable, God bless America. But January 1, OWN's coming on, you need it. So it's like, that is what we do. And what is you know, there's a large audience, as Andrea will tell you, that still has the rabbit ears because we do the research on our audience. But we're in this for the long haul. And, you know, the 13 million viewers a week that watch the Oprah Winfrey Show, if we can get 1 million people to watch a cable show, we have a breakout runaway hit. And I think if there's 500 channels on, how do I, because I'm a promo guy at heart, how do I get people interested into my particular cable show? And I look at you all with tremendous voice and reach and comments and you know, opinions. Like, how do we work together to figure that out? Is it even possible? Because in a room of, let's say, a couple hundred people, one person watches the Oprah Show at 4 o'clock. That to us, you know, shakes us up a little bit. But then we go, wait a minute, it's content. Maybe the delivery needs to change or something. So I was hoping if we could, we open this up a little bit and just get a dialogue. Hey, what kind of relationship is attractive? I mean, do you have any sort of emotional connection to a show anymore, or what type of content do you want to see? Because we are a storytelling company and we are actually a highly entertaining company. And Oprah, you know, people immediately go to, you know, she'll save the world, she'll save Africa, she'll save the poor and downtrodden, and all that is true. But at her core, she is a masterful entertainer. And that's why the information and the message that she brings resonates with so many people, because they are entertained. They tune in to see what she will do next. From you get a car, you get a car, you get a car, everybody gets a car, to this is a story I want to tell you about a mother with no arms and no legs, and you wouldn't have heard about her had we not brought her out. I want you to hear her story. Both of those resonate with our viewers. And that is really what we're trying to and that will never change, because that is at our core of what we do. We want to tell stories. We want to entertain. And so I guess that's what I was saying. If we could open it up and just maybe hear a little bit about what people's opinions and views and how they consume even old media. And is old media just dead? Lord help us, I don't think so. But it's something worth talking about. So Rachel's going to work the mic, and there's a hand right over there, number 1 hand.